Hello and welcome. Are you coming to the Black Bookcase? Before I tell you what the Black Bookcase is, let me introduce myself. My name is Daniela Bleckner, author, book journey mentor, founder of Conscious Dreams Publishing. We work with authors from all over the world to help them to get their powerful message and story out in the form of books, of course. Usually I have a big old bookshelf behind me where I point out some of the books that we've published. My background is slightly different today. I am in Austria on a health/detox holiday, but I could not cancel this show because I have an extra special guest I want you to meet. First of all, if you're watching the show for the first time, what is this show? Why is it called Between the Covers? It's called Between the Covers because it's about literally getting in between the covers of what it takes to actually make a book. I interview authors, people in the publishing and writing industry to give you a real sense of that author journey. Today, I have an extra special guest. Let me turn off this music now. If you find this of value and worth, first of all, please do share this out. Please do invite your followers, tap the screen, show us some love, do comment. This is an interactive show. And also I have something called stars. So you can support Conscious Dreams Publishing by sending stars. What are stars? Stars are money contributions that help to go towards things like our storytelling workshops that we do with young people and other events. So let me introduce you to our first. Hey, Sandra Moore. I'm going to introduce you to, I was going to say my first guest, my only guest. Second time I've done that now. Her name is Dee Bailey. She is the founder of Simply Deez events. She is a radio host. She hosts Real Talk. If you didn't watch it on Tuesday, where were you? She spoke to so many people who are taking part in the Black Bookcase. She is the organizer of the Black Bookcase and also the author and the editor. When I say editor, she found all the different authors and put them together. Compiler is the word I'm trying to think of Life in a Lockdown and Life Out of Lockdown. So let me invite my awesome and amazing guest, Dee Bailey. Please do tap the screen, show us some love. Let's see some heart emojis in those comments. Yay! Hey, Kwame.
Oh,
Past true.
Hi, Kwame.
Kwame from Jamaica. If you weren't in Jamaica, you need to be at the Black Bookcase.
Oh, definitely. Oh,
Hey,
greetings.
Dee.
Thank you so much for having me, darling.
No problem. Lovely to see you. How are you today?
As a dare. It's been a crazy roller coaster of a week. It's been a roller coaster of a week. Greetings, Sandra. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of a week.
Amazingly well. And just being on your show on Tuesday was absolutely fantastic. Seeing all of those authors, all of those guests, it was just amazing. But let not me and Dee just have a chat here because a lot of you have not met Dee yet, and you sent me your bio. And I was really excited to know that. I didn't know that. So I'm going to give it over to you. Can you say hello to our audience and just give us a sense of who you are and what you
do? Greetings, everybody. Greetings to the masses out there. My name is Dee Bailey. As Danny said, I'm the founder of Simply Deez events. 2014. Danny, 2014.
Wow.
I found Simply Deez events, and I was very much doing lots of organising various events, all that sort of stuff for other people, as you do.
Yeah,
you know, supporting, all that sort of stuff. And then whilst I was doing that, I was like, I want to do my own thing. And I've been wanting to do my own thing for a while. And keeping it real, my dad passed away in August 2014. And in the December, I thought, do you know what? Step out, girl. Step out. And there we go. Simply Deez events was founded. So International Women's Day, International Men's Day, talk shows, just a wealth of different things. Very passionate about the community, very passionate about young people, giving them a platform, giving them a voice. We only hear the negative things, and there's so much positive things that they're doing. So, yeah, that's kind of my passion. I have married currently. Let's see how long, do you know what I mean? If I can last till the end of the day. I think I've cooked I've got to make sure it don't burn. But yeah, 2 young men and 3 grandchildren. So,
wow.
yes. And all of a sudden, I think I'm green-fingered. I'm not, but God loves a trier.
Hey, here we go. We just moved. We've got a garden. Getting into it as well. It's great to be able to grow your own.
Are you?
Started. My partner's mum gave me a raspberry tree that I need to plant, is the word I'm looking for, that I need to look after.
Yeah, that's the word you're looking for, Danny.
I just remembered it. I never looking after it.
It's just the little things. It's just amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, like, you know what you're saying with the Simply Deez event, you've got a seed of an idea. Sometimes it takes something, you know, tragic, something huge or transformational for it to come about. But it's like planting that seed of an idea and then watching it grow. So seeing all the things you've done, you know, in the community, events for the community, to now running the Black Bookcase, it's just been amazing to watch. So while we're talking about seeds growing, tell us, what is the Black Bookcase and why should people come?
OMG. So this is one of those things that the other directors of Simply Deez will tell you. Something just gets into my head. I'm sure it does with you. And it's like, it can't stay there. It's not supposed to stay there. It needs to come out. Now, not everything that comes out is going to work, but you can't keep it in. It's not right to keep it in. So I had this idea, as you know, in terms of books, as in representation. And we're talking about this event is taking place in Luton. So there was nothing happening. There was nothing really happening. And I thought, right, okay, we're going to do this event. It's called the Black Bookcase. It's Luton African Books, Art and Craft Fest. The first one was in 2019. And we had
brilliant event.
Certainly was. And we had 24 authors.
Wow.
24 authors. So I'm telling people we got 24 authors and we got this and we got that. And they're like, yeah, right. And they weren't kidding. They were like, there weren't 24 black authors.
They didn't believe there were black authors.
And when I realised they weren't joking. They didn't believe me. They actually didn't believe there's 24 black authors. And I'm like, there's a whole heap more. This is just me getting a speckle. And yeah, so it went from, we had 42 exhibitors at that event. We had 24 authors. I think we had 4 publishers. We had like 3 booksellers, and we had over 400 people.
Wow. Absolutely packed. I remember that. It was
yeah. And you know what? In terms of then and now, so much has happened. Obviously, we went through lockdown. And was that a good thing or was that not a good thing? Do you know what? For me, and don't get me wrong, I know there was bereavement, so everybody that you know was impacted by that, I understand. But for me, it was good. Do you know what I mean? It was good. Used to doing physical events in person, as we just talked about, and then it's like, so what we're going to do? We can't do in-person events. What we're going to do? So good old Zoom. Good old Zoom came into play, and decided every Thursday, 7 o'clock, because it wasn't life in lockdown. You know that, right? It was life in It's life in a lockdown. It's life in a lockdown. So we had a life in a lockdown Zoom every Thursday, 7 o'clock. So that way you're on a Zoom, anybody, anywhere in the UK, in the world could join. And it's like, how's it going?
I remember that.
Way, staying connected.
I think that was such an amazing platform, and you know, some of our authors joined in. Dee Bailey as well, who I know is part of the, you know, Simply Deez event community. And I think you're right. You know, I feel the same. I mean, I lost my dad during that period of time, not due to COVID itself at all, but in terms of that time, it was just a really brilliant time for community to come together. I had never used Zoom either. you know, so it's the first time having to really think on my feet and think, all right, how can I create my events coming up online, you know,
Yeah.
and then how can we create a community so we're not losing touch with each other. I think that's a
Yes.
really important aspect of what you did with your life in a lockdown and life out of lockdown, which we're going to talk about in a bit. We're going to get to that. But certainly with the real talk show that you run, which is great. Tell us a little bit more about what people could expect at the Black Bookcase, and what would you say to them, those who are thinking, oh, I don't know whether to get a ticket or not, and they live in Luton, I don't know whether to get a ticket or not. Myself and our authors, there's about 15 of us coming down, and we're all coming from London, so and I know that's not majorly far in the grand scheme of things, but you know, people in London don't really come out of London that much.
It's true. Let me tell you something now, people in Luton ain't stepping across across the way, because that's sometimes how it is, and I get it. So all that we're going to do is, as we said, we're planting a seed. We are telling you there is something absolutely incredible happening on the 3rd of June. The lovely Danny here is actually our keynote speaker. From Publishing. Keynote speaker, sponsor, and is coming with her entourage. There's going to be a Conscious Dream Publishing Village. How many authors did you say coming?
Well, we've got, I think there's 15 of us in total, so 14 other authors. I need to go back to the list, but yeah, and emails still coming out. Am I too late to book a stall at the Black Bookcase?
Exactly. No, you're not too late, but it's going to be closing off on Saturday, guys. Obviously, subject to availability. Saturday this week.
Tell us about.
Sorry.
Tell us about. So I was thinking about some of the authors that are coming. We've got 3 of our young authors coming. So we've got 2 9-year-olds who you've met. One of them on your show on Tuesday, Isis Damali, whose grandmother is also an author. She's published 3 books for us. Or Tan, should I say? They're from Trini.
That's right.
We've got Tiana Ako Ari. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. I must know how to say it properly. I hope I have. Who's basically been our little star this year. She's, hey, lovely to see you as well, Masadiso. I'm sorry if I said your name incorrectly. I'm going to read out some of the comments as well. But yeah, she's been on BBC, ITV, Good Morning America, Breakfast Television in Canada. She had an interview on the Kelly Clarkson show. We don't know when that's coming out. It's just, she's just taken off with her book, My Afro. So
if you remember, when we were in lockdown,
yeah,
she was actually on one of the online. Do you remember?
Exactly, yeah, your online event when you had Children's Hour, which we were going to talk about in a minute. So Dee had children. Sorry, our other author that's coming is Joanna Adewale. She's 12 years old. She's written a fiction book as well. So all 3 young authors are going to be there. And Joanna was actually on your show as well. So Joanna and Tiana hadn't written a book. They were dreaming of writing a book, didn't know how to go about it. Joanna did a crowdfund to publish her book. And Tiana came on your show and spoke about her dreams of writing a book. And that was on lockdown, during lockdown. And I think the reception that she got, both of them got, really gave her that impetus and encouragement to actually go ahead and fulfill it. So thank you for that.
Oh, no, that is what it's for. And to think her name is Tiana Rose, and that is the name of my granddaughter.
That is my granddaughter, isn't it?
You will be there. So Tiana Rose will meet Tiana Rose.
Oh, that sounds like another book. Tiana Rose meets Tiana Rose. Maybe they can write a book together.
Yeah, so we have got, oh my gosh. So we have got publishers. We have got booksellers. We have got African drumming. We have got a mini fashion show. Oh my gosh, what else have we got? Naturally, we got food.
Children's hour.
And we have the young, this is the, no offense, Danny, don't get me wrong.
All right, it's all right.
But I know what is going to bring the people then is our young people's hour.
Yeah. So
where we have the young authors, we also have the young business owners. What? Wow. Yeah, we got our 9-year-old who's got his own lemonade business.
What?
Yeah. People are like, really? So it's so important for those that are like, should I, shouldn't I? Now, I know that you register on Eventbrite and the tickets are free.
Do you
You don't have to
have
pay
that at
to
all?
the event, because it's so important that we see that representation of what we can do.
100%.
So you bring your grandparents, you bring your aunts, you bring your uncles, you bring the young people, and it's very much important for me when I do the events that I do. Apart from like a wedding, a funeral, a christening, the young and the old, they do their thing, and we're doing our thing. We need to be, definitely, because we can learn so much from them. And you know what? They can learn a little bit from us too.
Just a little bit.
It's so important.
I love that what you said, but I was going to read out some comments here. Matt Shadiso says, definitely representation matters. Exactly. This is what it's about. You know, our young people, excited about the drumming as well. Marva, keynote speaker Danny. Go on, Danny. Marvin's author too. In there, if you haven't got a stall, if you're able to make the 3rd of June and come down to Luton, get in touch with Dee Bailey. Her details are in the link above. So speaking about young people, like you're saying, I think it's so important for young people to see young people doing these things. Because I said to you on Tuesday, I've always wanted to be an author. It was a dream of mine, but it subconsciously started to dwindle because I didn't see authors that looked like me.
Yeah.
I didn't see characters that looked like me. I've still got books that I've glued together, you know, wishing that it was a real book. So someone like Tiana, someone like Isis would be like my absolute sheroes. So I think an event like yours is so important for other young people to see what they're doing, and see representation, saying, oh, I can do this too. It's not a struggle. It shouldn't have to be a struggle.
Exactly. So that's why for me, you hear things that some people, you need to see. As I said, 24 authors, there ain't no 24 black authors. You saw more than 24 authors. You're going to see even more authors on the day. So last time round we had 42 exhibitors in total, 42 exhibitors. The capacity we have this time is 70.
Whoa.
And it will be filled. So we're currently late 40s at the moment, but I've got to seal it off because I know there are some people that I've got to hold back for. That, you know, but yes. So can you imagine? OMG, the G.
When Marvin says, I'm going to come, it sounds great. Well, you heard the cut-off date is Saturday, right? You said. And I know the cut-off date was also last week. So we're holding it open for an extra week.
From the show, all of a sudden,
it's
ignited some people, and I'm getting sort of like the requests coming in, more requests coming in. So, so yes. So if you request and we send that information out to you, there is a deadline. If you hit the deadline, happy days. If you don't hit the deadline, don't think we are going to chase you because there are others waiting in the wings.
That is true. You can come as a guest. The tickets are free. And the ticket is also in the link above on all, wherever you're watching, whether it's LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. We're going to go live for a short while on Instagram as well. But if you just joined the live, hello. What are you watching? Who are we? What are we talking about? So my name is Daniela Bleckner, author, book journal mentor, founder of Conscious Dreams Publishing. Speaking to the awesome, amazing Dee Bailey, founder of Simply Deez CIC, event CIC, who is the organizer of the Black Bookcase and also author of Life in a Lockdown and Life Out of Lockdown. I'm really excited to say that I'm going to be a keynote speaker at the Black Bookcase on the 3rd of June, which is in Luton. Kwame's saying,
what do you mean you wonder if you should fly up? Yes, you should be here.
Jamaica, Luton, come on. Black Bookcase, come on, Kwame.
Luton wins every time.
No, Kwame's been doing really, really well. I've been working with another publishing company, scouting for writers for Hidden Realms fantasy compilation and another book, alternate histories, and he had a piece in both. So big up to Kwame. He's doing really, really well. You need to be at the Black Bookcase. So tell us a little bit.
He's crying.
Tell us a little bit about life in a lockdown and life out of lockdown. What's that about, eh?
Wow. Well, good old lockdown. And that's where I sort of said March 2020 is when we went straight into lockdown. Literally, it was like that. It was like, what are we going to do? So we then started doing these weekly Zooms. And you know, when something, you just feel something special's happening. Every week we're kind of meeting. And because none of us have been through, obviously, this situation before, it was like how it was for me was different for you, to the other person, and what have you. So something special was happening. And Veronica Ebanks, who I'm sure you have met.
Oh, yes.
She's one of the Simply Deez events crew. And she's like, Dee, we need to document this. Okay, so what we're saying. Our book. 7 weeks later, this is Marcia Publishing House, who is also a sponsor, by the way.
Lovely.
We get to this little beauty. I don't know if you guys can see. It's life, not in lockdown. I told you, it's life in a lockdown. 2020 behind closed doors. So if I turn to the back page, guys, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, there are 22 of us. 22 of us, and we each wrote a chapter each.
Wow.
So the briefing was 1,000 words. 1,000 words, and it was like between March and May 2020, and literally the end of May, and that is actually when George Floyd, he literally, I think that Tuesday was killed, and we had to submit that Saturday. So you'll find in quite a few of the chapters he's actually mentioned. So this is actually a history book, is it not? This
100%.
is a history book, and launched then within 7 weeks we had that out.
Wow, that's a fast turnaround, especially if you're working with like multiple authors as well.
Yeah, trust me. So I think there might have been 2, possibly 3 had already written books previously before. The rest of us, like myself, we haven't written enough. So if you're thinking this is some kind of it is a masterpiece of a different kind. This is just raw, what it was like for each of us. So when you've got somebody that lives on their own, in your mind, you imagine what that must be like. Yeah. And then you've got somebody that is living with their husband and son and has written a piece that even though they're living with them, they actually felt alone.
Right.
Yeah, so it's absolutely incredible. I've managed to be able to get these into the hospital, Luton, the local hospital, into hospices, into women's groups, and yeah, so it's something that you can pick up and read. And do you know what? If you're looking for just a bit of inspiration and just hope, this is the book.
I've got my copy. You should get yours as well. Yeah. One of our authors is Dee Bailey. She's also in that thing. And Life Out of Lockdown is obviously, is it the same authors sharing their stories of like coming out of lockdown?
So Life Out of Lockdown, 2021 Beyond. Did you notice? Life Inner, it was dark times.
Sorry, I've got to stop. So Marva, you are brilliant. That is what we call taking action. She says, Dee, I made my payment. I'm coming through. You see it there? You see it there?
Made a payment to what? To where?
Oh, what? Marva, did you sign up before? Or did you send an email to Dee before? Because maybe you sent an email through, I don't know. Just let us know to make sure that
she may be jesting, but yeah, just message me or Danny and we'll make sure.
You can't message me like that. I take things out.
Because it made a payment, I ain't got it.
Oh, she says yes. So you, Marva, you would have sent Marva an email, so maybe she registered interest from a previous post.
Okay.
Frozen. I think that's what's happened.
Fabulous.
Yay!
Fabulous. If you've seen sort of like Danny when she's been posting, Danny's managed, because there's a few clips, little video clips from 2019 that have been posted out and that Danny's shared. And if you just see, it's only like a couple of minutes, isn't it, Danny? That just gives you just a little tiny little flavour.
It's like
of
47 seconds.
Absolutely incredible. I didn't randomly send the money. I hope not. Oh, excellent. So
I was asking for the people in life out of lockdown, are they the same authors? So seeing where they've come, or are they different authors?
There's about 15 of the same authors. And then in this, these are all women. But in this one here, we actually had a few gents join us.
Oh,
so it's nice hearing how it was for them also as well. And Leah, who you talked about, one of your ladies, Leah's in the book also as well. So there's 23 in that one and 22 in the first book. So basically that one was kind of like, once we were kind of out of lockdown, what was it like? And then also what was our vision? Because things did change. Things are not the same. Things are not the same. And do you necessarily want them to be the same as they were before? No, I don't. Can you hear me?
No. Dee, your internet's slightly weak, I think, because you keep coming.
Hello, you sure it's me?
There you go, you're back.
Okay.
Oh, I think so. I'll double check.
I think it's mine. Your end, Danny. I think you're fine.
Yeah, mine's connected.
It's you. It's not me. It's you.
Oh really? Oh really? Whatever.
Danny, you broke up.
All right then.
Danny.
Whatever. Any final words from you, dear? Hey, I'm just about to log off. What should we play? If you're on Instagram, pop over to Instagram. Naya, you must come down to the Black Bookcase if you can in Luton. Naya, who we were speaking about her during your
weren't we?
Show on Tuesday. She made some short videos for. Do you remember Vanita, who did the book Ask Your Belly Button? She's done some amazing videos for her and two of our other authors, Doreen and Isis. And I've seen the 7 short bite-sized videos for Vanita, and they look amazing. So big up to Naya. She's joining the Conscious Dreams publishing
team. With her resins, please come along. And Sandra Moore, I'm glad you can hear me loud and clear as always. That Shelley Titmus, producer. They're all coming in now.
Hey, Marva says, Danny, that's your countryside Wi-Fi. About my countryside. I'm in Austria, darling. I'm not in my home.
She's in Austria, darling.
Perfect Wi-Fi. You've frozen, Dee.
Oh, guys, thank you so much. I'm eating ice cream. I'll check you out, Shelley. Show off.
Oh. So Naya's saying the plan is to have a holistic renaissance. Oh, sorry, are we cutting over each other because I can't hear you and you probably can't hear me, but hopefully it all comes out in the wash. So Naya said that, oh, you can. Yay! Is planning to have a holistic renaissance store. Okay, have you booked? Is that all gone through? Have you made the payment? Because Dee was saying earlier there's a cut-off date of Saturday. And
yes, so I don't know if I'm doing that with Leash resin. She might be. If not, guys, honestly, we cannot. We have a cut-off. So yeah, so excited. Remember, everybody, please share. Some things may not be for you, but your friend will be, why didn't you tell me? I'd have loved to have gone to that, and all the rest that goes with that. So yeah, we know we're going to be over 500 people, so you need to be part of that.
Yes, make me feel nervous now. So Dee, any final words for you to our beautiful audience who've been watching tonight?
I've got to thank them so much because they're probably sick of me, not you, but they're probably sick of me this week. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. It is so important to get that message across. The Black Bookcase, Saturday, 3rd of June. It's 12 till 6. You've got time. You've got time. Do your bits in the morning. You can pass through. pass through. There's something for everybody. Don't forget, the Young People's Hour will be between 3 and 4, where we will be showcasing. Danny's got 3 for young people, and we've got a couple of others. We've got some business owners also as well. What do you mean? Yes, they have their own businesses and they are under 15. Woo! We need to celebrate and support them. So please, please, please do come along.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Steve. We're going to pop over to Instagram for just 5-10 minutes to say hello to people there who might have felt they've missed out because I can't broadcast on all platforms at the same time anymore. Masuduso, thank you so much. And thank you for joining and putting a little on to bed. And also Kwame is saying, I think I'll be picking mangoes and chopping cane when I'm up to a root. Always show off, you know. Anyway.
It's not a little show off.
Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. If you're watching on the replay, please say hello, chuck up the comments. If you've got any questions for Dee, please throw them up. I'm sure she's going to be back on answering those questions. But again, the link to the Black Bookcase is in the link. I don't know, I'm going up there because it's up there, hopefully. And
Marva, see you soon, darling.
It's free.
Yeah,
it's free. So see you next month, Marva. Thank you everyone for joining in. Please join us next week, 7 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. EST. Well, I'll be speaking with the awesome and amazing Wanda Sankara, who is an author. She is a poet and griot. Her book is called Word Sound, and she would be coming to the Black Bookcase, but she lives in, let me get it right, is it? I'm sure it's Grenada, but she'll let me know next Thursday.
Anyway. And I forgot this. How can I forget? There's 2 people launching their books on that day. And one of them's Danny's authors. Yay!
Yay! Looking forward to that. Yes, it's a grandmother-granddaughter duo as well, so you must come down for that. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much, Dee. You've been an awesome guest as always.
No problem, Danny. Thank you so much, darling. See you guys soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.